The internet has made it easier than ever to start a business. Succeeding on the internet, now that's another story. The big question is, what are those who are succeeding doing differently? This podcast has the answers. Welcome to the Marketing Matrix podcast. I'm your host, Lisanne Murphy. And guys, I am so excited about today's podcast topic. When I get on the phone with people who want to use my agency for Facebook ads, I always take time to audit their current selling system to see where it's weak, because those weak points create the biggest opportunity and greatest leverage for their business through ads, okay? And 9 times out of 10, the biggest opportunity for massive improvement to drive ad costs down and revenue and profits up is this one thing. Okay, guys, are you ready and excited to hear about what this one thing is? It is retargeting, okay? Retargeting or remarketing. And if you guys stick around to the end of this, you're going to understand a few things. We're going to go over why retargeting and remarketing is important, how it's done, and what are the main groups that you need to remarket to in order to be successful. It doesn't have to be complicated. It's actually very simple. I use a very simple 3-group process in my remarketing with all of my clients, regardless of the industry. It works every single time, and it is absolutely remarkable, okay? So stick around to the end, and you will hear all of this goodness. Okay, you guys ready? Let's do this thing. Okay, so first question. Why is retargeting or remarketing so important? Well, there are 3 main reasons why it is. The first, it increases conversion rate. Okay, now what does that mean? Well, it essentially means that you are taking more money off of the table when you're bringing people in. You see, when you are bringing people into your funnel or onto your website to make a sale, you are paying for that, whether you're paying for it with ad dollars with Facebook ads or you're paying for it in time with your organic marketing efforts or by paying a virtual assistant or whatever to help send people to your website. You are paying to get people to your website. By remarketing or retargeting them, you are bringing them into your ecosystem again and again, and it gets cheaper each time you do it, okay? So the first thing that it does is it increases conversion rate and takes money off the table. So for example, like if you're running ads and let's say your ads are converting at like 2% from every single person that does a link click. By remarketing, you can increase that to 3 or even 4% by just sending the same people that you already paid for the first time to come to your website to go back into the ecosystem to get it again and again, okay? The second reason why retargeting or remarketing is so important is because it decreases the cost to acquire a customer. Okay, so what does this mean? Well, when you decrease the cost it is to acquire a customer, that increases your margins and it also increases your ability to spend more to acquire that customer. Okay, a lot of words. So let's break that down. So let's say you're selling a course for $1,000. Okay, $997 is what you normally see out there, but let's just do 1,000 for easy math. Let's say it normally costs you $400 to acquire that $1,000 sale. Okay, so your margin is 60% because it's the 600 between the 400 and the 1,000. When you implement retargeting can reduce your costs up to 50%. What? So imagine if you reduced your cost to acquire that client by 50%, you are now paying $200 instead of $400, taking your margin to then $800, okay? Now, you can take that in profits or you can turn that money back around and put it back into ads to grow your business. Depends on what your strategy is. And both are totally acceptable things to do with that profit, depending on what your other offers are in your value ladder or whatever. But it is important to drive those costs down. A lot of people think that to drive the cost down, they need to spend less. Often with Facebook ads, you actually spend more, and it allows you to spend more to build and grow more quickly. Okay. The third reason why retargeting or remarketing is so important is because it builds brand awareness. Okay. So by getting in front of customers again and again and again, it places you in the mind of your prospect as an authority on the subject. Okay, if someone like sees an ad from you one time, like a one-off ad, and they're just like, just someone else out there hucking their product and trying to sell me something. But when you show up again and again and again, it creates this, oh wow, well, they're still out there, they're still advertising, they must be an expert in the field. Okay, someone that I know that's really, really good at this is Alex Beck. He sells a software called Hyros, which is it helps improve Facebook ads tracking. I actually haven't bought his product, but the fact that I know that shows that he's doing a really, really good job at remarketing. I see him everywhere. His ads come to my news feed. His ads come to my story feed. His ads come to my right-hand column, and he's constantly calling me out, telling me that I can report my ads better by using his particular software. I've even gone into his funnel and watched his webinar. He's got great stuff. But it's because of remarketing that I know who he is and what that brand authority does. Okay. So as I've worked with clients with remarketing, I've seen these three things happen all the time. We increase conversion rate. Okay. So more people that are coming to our site, we're turning them into customers. We decrease the cost to acquire a customer. Okay, which allows us to put more money back into ad spend and put more money into the team to grow the business, or into your pockets to have more fun as an entrepreneur. And it builds brand awareness. Okay, so remarketing, retargeting is absolutely critical to achieve these things, which is the goal of any advertising and marketing strategy. Okay, so moving on to the next question with remarketing. Okay, how is it done? How do you remarket? Well, there's lots of different ways. I primarily do it with my clients with ads, but ads are not the only way to do it. Okay, ads are really easy because Facebook has what's called a pixel, and a pixel is a piece of code that you put on your website that tracks people's behavior through the website, and it allows you to grab certain people that have clicked on certain buttons or visited certain pages and send them to different pages or different offers depending on what makes sense based on what action they took previously on the website. Those ads pull that group of people and then send them somewhere else. It's literally like you're retargeting. Like you targeted them on a page, right? They hit the page and then you're grabbing them and then you're retargeting and putting them somewhere else. Okay, so you're grabbing them from one place and putting them somewhere else. That can happen with ads, and it happens very, very well with ads, and that's what I do a lot. But it doesn't always have to be that way. You can also be done with emails. Okay, emails where the term remarketing really got popular is when it came to emails. Okay, so once you acquire a customer, and this is a retention strategy that's really good, retention revenue strategy that's really good to use once you've already acquired the customer, but using emails to remarket to them, where you can cross-sell a product to them. You can show them a different offer or service. So let's say they came in to your ecosystem with product A, and then you said, hey, since you enjoyed product A, you might also enjoy product B. Okay, you remarket to them. You show them something else that they would like because of their interest and their purchase in this other thing. Email is a powerful, powerful, powerful resource to remarket and retarget current customers. And even if they're not customers yet, right? I mean, people can get on your email list without being a customer. Perhaps they picked up a lead magnet or something like that. You can still use email to turn them into customers, or maybe the offer that you put in front of them wasn't right. By putting something else in front of them, they're like, now that is what I need. You can also remarket through text or phone. Okay, when I work with clients who have applications and they're getting people on the phone to close them on some sort of coaching program, I always encourage them to get on the phone with people that even if they've already been on the phone with them, or people that scheduled a call but didn't show up for a call, get on and see what's going on with them and offer them something else, or offer the same thing again, hit them again. Remember, it takes multiple touches before someone will become a customer. So it's so important that you don't just give up on them. It shouldn't just be like a one and done, like, oh, I talked to them one time and they don't want to buy from me. Well, think of it like dating. Like, you would never ask someone to marry you after one date. Never, 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 never. Okay, I always look at remarketing as dating, right? It's a process to get someone to become your customer. So talk to them again and again and find out what's going on. Not only will it convert more people to become your customers, but it will also teach you about your market so that your messaging can become smarter. Okay, something that I've learned from a good mentor of mine, Alex Jeffries, he always said that your best marketing comes in your conversations with your prospects or your current customers. Have conversations and learn from them so that you can know how to speak to them again. Okay, that is a process of retargeting or remarketing. A lot of people don't think of it like that, but it's true. Okay, the last way that I have planned here is through Messenger. Okay, you can retarget through Messenger. Okay, this is one of my favorite things to do with ads. Whenever someone comments or shares, I love to open up a Messenger window with them in a conversation and say, hey, thanks so much for sharing my ad. What made you share it with so-and-so? Or, hey, thanks for your comment. Do you have any questions about the product or service? Or is this something that you're interested in and looking for? Starting those conversations over Messenger is a really, really powerful way to get them into your world, to continue a conversation with them, to get them in front of your content. Like if you're posting content on your profile and sharing about who you are as an expert, when you're talking to them in Messenger, they're going to go to your profile and check you out and see what you're all about. So it's an incredible way to capture people and help them be like, oh, wow, like this lady's legit or this guy's legit. Look at all the people that he's helping and all the content that he's producing. I want to get to know him more. And that goes way beyond than just like the first cold touch of an ad, right? Getting in their space and in their face and making sure that they know who you are and the value that you're putting out there in the marketplace. Okay. Super, 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 super important. Okay. So there's plenty of ways to remarket. So it doesn't always have to be in a funnel. It doesn't always have to be with ads. You can even be in your conversations. Just think of remarketing as multiple touches for the purpose to increase the amount of conversions that you have with the people that are already in your circle and decrease the cost to acquire those customers. Okay? Super, super important. All right. So the moment we've all been waiting for, the last question. All right. What are the main groups to retarget? Okay, this is so important to understand. And these are the groups that I use for all of my clients and customers. Sometimes I can't believe that I agreed to do this podcast episode to share this, because this is seriously gold right here. Okay, so there are 3 main groups that you should retarget with your ads. And you can think of it outside of ads with organic as well, but these are the 3 main groups that I use when retargeting or remarketing with ads. Okay, the first group I call our engagers. So this is the coldest of the 3 groups of remarketing. But with engagers, these are people that they have maybe liked an ad, or they clicked read more on an ad, or they commented perhaps, or maybe they liked a post, or they commented on a post on your Facebook page or on your Instagram profile or something like that. They've engaged with your stuff, but they haven't actually taken an action. So I like to, like in the dating realm, I like to call these like our flirters. Like they're flirting with you. They haven't asked you out on a date, or they haven't accepted your date invitation yet, but they are flirting back with you. And they're like, hey, hot stuff, what's going on? You know, I mean, you could probably think of a better pickup line than that, but that's essentially what's going on. They're flirting, okay? Our engagers. So for our engagers, we talk to them something like this. You say, hey, thanks so much for checking out my post, or thanks for visiting my website, or thanks for liking this ad. The training that this ad is all about, or like whatever it is you're selling on the back end, the training that this ad is all about is really life-changing. I really hope that you take the time to go register for it and watch that training, okay? So you're always having a call to action because you're wanting that person that you're hitting with that retargeting to go and take the next step of commitment with you in the customer journey. So with engagers, we are saying, hey, I recognize that you've introduced me to my stuff. That's great. But hey, I want to become better friends. I want to take you out on a couple dates. Let's go for a drive and try this thing out. Okay. Super, super important for engagers. That's group number 1. Group number 2 is called leads, our leads. Okay. These are people that they've agreed to a date. They've gone on a date, but they're not quite sure what's going on and if they should do another one, or they maybe went out of town and are busy and they are interested, but they need to like come back from whatever they're doing and become more interested again. This is asking them for the second date and saying, hey, thanks so much for registering for the training. But you got to watch it. Or like, thanks for watching a portion of the training. You've got to finish it. Like it's something where like they've taken an action where they've given you their information, like their email address, their phone number, whatever you're asking for on some sort of opt-in form to register for a training, or pick up a lead magnet or something like that. And you're getting in front of them and you're saying, hey, you took the first step, but like for you to get actual change, like you need to actually consume this content or purchase this thing. Like you've got to do it. Okay. So those are our leads. Okay. So think of that. Like we're going from like, we're in the dating process and we're like defining the relationship for them and saying, let's get serious. That is our second group. Okay. The third group are what I call our Balers. Okay. So these are the people with cold feet. So our Balers are people that they flirted with us. They became our leads and they started dating us and they got really serious. They were taking the next level of commitment. And then this is like someone who like, when we got on a knee to invite them to marry us, they like bailed and they were like, whoop, I'm out of here. Like this is too intense of a commitment for me. So these are people that have hit an order form or they hit the schedule page for an application, but then they didn't finish it, which seems crazy to us because we're like, you watched the entire training. Where did you go? Or you read through that entire sales page. Why didn't you purchase? Like, how can you hit the order form and not finish? How can you start an application and not finish? But guys, it happens all the time. And it could be for a number of reasons. It could be perhaps they got a phone call when they were right in the middle of the order form on their cell phone, or perhaps their kid dropped a glass of milk on the floor in the kitchen. Or perhaps the commercial was over on the TV show they were watching, so they went back to watch their TV show and then they totally forgot what they were doing with your stuff during the commercial break. It could be anything, but for whatever reason, they bailed from that commitment, okay? So with these guys, because you have already cultivated a relationship with them, right? They're not just engagers, they're not leads anymore. Like, these are actual bailers on a relationship. You can talk to them a lot more boldly and be like, dude, what's up? Did I do something wrong? Do you hate me? Like, we've all gotten those emails, right? Where it's like, do you hate me? And you're like, no, I don't even know really who you are. But they're really trying to get your attention and saying like, hey, did I offend you in some way? So you're saying, hey, like, I'm not sure what happened, but I want to give you one more chance to finish this order form or finish this application. And so you're talking to them very much like, you know what's going on. You've been through my stuff. You know you like it. Let's get married. Okay, let's finish this thing and seal the deal on our relationship. So we've got our engagers, our flirters. We have our leads, which are our dating to engagement. And then we have our bailers, which are people that have bailed on the engagement or bailed on the prospect of marriage. And we are inviting them to go all the way. Okay, we want people to not just be interested in us and test out our content, but we want people to become customers, and not even just customers, guys, but loyal brand fans. Okay, that is what we're going for. And remarketing is a process that helps us cultivate those relationships and increase that awareness and get people to a point where they know us, like us, and trust us and want to buy from us again and again. Okay. And here's the truth of it all. Retargeting is really where the money is made in acquiring new customers and retaining existing customers. Without remarketing efforts, you will always just be walking an uphill battle trying to acquire the customer for the first time. And that is the hardest customer to convert. It is the absolute hardest. So remarketing is such a powerful, powerful, powerful tool to use to get people into your world the first time and then keep them there to be purchasing again and again and again. Remember, there are only 3 ways to make money, right? You can get new customers, you can get those customers to pay more frequently, or you can get those customers to pay more. 2 of those things to grow your business have to do with current customers and existing customers, and only 1 has to do with acquiring new. Remarketing, retargeting helps with all 3 of those things. because you're getting in front of them. You're getting those touches. You're getting in their world. You're getting into their face more often, and you're building a position in their mind to say, hey, I am an expert in this thing and I can help you. Guys, these are the tools that I use with my clients on a daily basis that are complete game changers for them. I'm serious when I say that we reduce the cost to acquire a client by up to 50%, sometimes more sometimes, but like 50% is like pretty average. It is absolutely amazing when you see like your cold traffic that's like bringing in a purchase for $200, $300, $400, and then you see your remarketing bring in a purchase for 25, 50, 75, and $100. You're just like, yes. Of course, that all rolls up to like an average cost of like $250 per customer, but overall it is so much cheaper. Okay, so remarketing is the game changer. It is the gold. It is the icing on the cake of marketing, and is so, so, so important to implement. All right, I would love to continue this conversation with you guys. Head over to the Facebook group. I am there talking about remarketing today, and I want to continue this conversation and see what you thought about it. I love talking to you guys about this content because I know you're listening to it, like whether you're cooking a meal, or you're driving to work, or you're just on a drive to the grocery store, or whatever it is, or maybe you're working out listening to this. By the way, like kudos if you're listening. Kudos if you're listening to the Marketing Matrix, like while you're working out. That's absolutely amazing. But wherever you are, I want to talk to you about it. Let me know what you think. So if you want to have the conversation, there's two places you can do it. You can either head over to the Facebook group. It's the free Facebook group. It's Facebook ads for coaches, course creators, and lifestyle e-com brands. Or hit me up on Instagram at Lisanne Murphy HQ. I would love to chat with you about this episode and tell me, like, have you done remarketing before? Has it been successful for you? Has it not been successful for you? Like, I would love to know if you're using it, and if not, and how it's working, and what questions you have. Let's have a conversation about it. And also, don't forget to check out the Marketing Matrix Toolbox. I haven't decided yet, but I might be putting in a retargeting resource there for you in the toolbox. So I'll have to talk to my podcast manager about that. But go to toolbox.themarketingmatrixpodcast.com to get access to tons and tons and tons of resources. Remember, we add to those regularly, and we have resources in there from entrepreneurs from all over the globe in tons of different areas of success, tons of different industries. It is there for you for the taking. I just got an email about it recently of someone who was just like, this is seriously the best resource in marketing that I've seen ever. So go check it out. You have to have access to that if you don't. And it's completely free. What? I know, it's crazy, but it is completely free. So, all right, guys, it has been such a pleasure talking to you about remarketing and retargeting. It is seriously a game changer. So go out there, crush it, find that dream traffic, and know that remarketing is a critical piece for understanding that dream traffic purpose. Sorry, I'm going to say that again. Remarketing is an important part of understanding that dream traffic process. All right, guys, take care. See you next time.